I'm Justin from Toolpath, and today we're going to tour Conour Manufacturing with a really interesting mix of older and newer machines, old school and full automation. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Conour Manufacturing. This shop is a culmination of personal and business and a melding of everything, right? For our CNC turning center, we've got the Mazak Quick Turn 15. Just your
What year is this?
run-of-the-mill 1998, I think.
Holds tents all day, right?
Dude, 2 tenths, like, bro, if you're cutting in the morning and you don't gotta worry about it getting hot outside, like, yeah, so.
Everybody's lathe holds tents all day.
Dude, yeah, I mean, it's too easy, right? Well, unless they've been crashed. This one.
Just a main, no sub, right?
This one has not been crashed, yeah, no sub. So right here, this is some Amco 45. We've big fans of like OSG carbide drills, right? So
with the tool setter, is that what I'm seeing?
Yep, this is the tool setter here, comes down. This job in particular, I actually have a part on the desk over there, the finished part of this. In the past, the longest part of this cycle time was drilling. You throw like a 3.2 millimeter carbide drill in there. It's now the fastest operation of the part, right?
Well, you're big into automation. Where's your bar puller or bar feeder?
We had one, and it was one of the old SMC. Dude, it was straight garbage. I literally dismantled it. I took it apart and threw it in the scrap bin. Yeah. It did it, I should say, for 1998.
It was good.
It did its job.
Okay.
Right? And it made its money. It paid for itself. But then specifically, when we put in the water jet, it was in the way.
Ah, okay.
Right?
All right.
So when did we add this to the shop? I don't know. But when we did, I basically just dismantled the deal and threw it away. I was gonna clean this up a little bit for you, but it would have been disingenuous.
Natural
it would have been
patina,
disingenuous. Yeah.
3-axis or 5-axis?
Well, technically 2, right? It just cuts in.
2, yeah.
But it has the dynamic head, right? So you've got those 2 motors there, and it's just doing curve compensation.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So I can't cut an angle. I can only cut 90-degree edges, but it comps. So you start cutting through like 6-inch steel, and you actually get a decent edge, right? Versus.
Do you do a lot of water jet?
So when we bought this water jet, we did a ton of water jetting. Essentially now I don't even promote it. So when I do water jet, it's all for internal use.
Okay.
So like we're doing some big stainless part, I water jet, save a couple hours of roughing, right? Or with aluminum or vice versa.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, do a lot of nesting. But basically it is a supplemental machine
To support.
the mills.
Okay. What next?
This is unrelated.
Walnuts?
We got a little walnut orchard here on my father's property, so we do that.
You machine those yourself.
They're artisan machine walnuts. The VTC 20 fixed bed, right? So everything's on wheels. So I like roll stuff out of the way, and then I like roll in big beams, and we do like precision reamed holes and tapped stuff.
Do you do a lot of that work?
Dumb stuff, yeah. Not as much now, but we used to do a ton of it, and we still get those calls. Like we have specific clients that are like, we need you to line bore this thing on this big piece.
Got it.
Big weldment.
Okay.
Yeah, so old girl, again, same time frame error as that machine. My father, when he took the machine shop from a manual machine shop, his first thing was like a Morisaki tape machine thing that had been converted, and they just wrote everything by hand. And then that was like, in the 90s, he considered Haas.
A lot of folks don't realize like G-code is really sort of hard to read, and like why would we write programming language essentially like that? It's because you used to write it on tape, and you didn't want to have to type like full words.
Yes.
That's why G-code is so weird.
Yeah, and I'm a CAD CAM baby.
Yeah.
So don't ask me. I don't know if you saw that.
I won't grill you on
Yeah,
G-code.
don't ask me about G-code, right? I grew up in a conversational machine shop / AutoCAD. So it's another little what is this called? A hone. I literally bought this machine for this one project specifically. I had a client that wanted a slip fit on a bearing on like turn and ground like shafting, and we made like hundreds and hundreds. So like we literally custom honed.
Those are the jobs
every
you
bearing.
like mid-production jobs, right?
Yes, like well, this was right at the apex of me getting this machine.
Okay.
This was like encouraging me to go automation because it just was a brutal job. Because that's like 2 pieces.
And you couldn't hold, I guess, to get a good enough finish.
No.
You need to
I'm
hone
saying
it.
I had to hone the ID of the bearing.
Got it. Oh,
Yeah,
the bearing of you were purchasing.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So
How do you fix the
that's some
race?
That's some secret sauce
Okay,
that
right.
so I'm not currently selling them anymore, but like I'm holding on to this fringe of hope that like they might just purchase that from me so they can do it. So I don't want to give it if I give away the secrets, then they're not going to purchase the machine. Yeah, that's me being a dreamer. So basically,
We'll cut that out.
no. I hope they watch.
Okay.
I hope they see it.
Man, this NASA guy couldn't even figure out how I did it. That's how bad you need to buy this from me.
So the waterjet, right, was the first machine that, like, quote unquote, my father didn't know how to run, right? Because like as I came in after the Marines, right? So that was really me learning to do all that 2D stuff. Then as clients wanted more and more that we couldn't do easily with conversational, right? Then this was the next machine, right? So then it came with like wireframe Gibbs cam from the guy we bought it from used, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is miserable. And then so while I was in college doing some mechanical drafting classes, they had just barely introduced us to Fusion, and it was just like a quick little intro. So then I started down this rabbit hole.
What year did you get this?
2017.
Okay.
I really started cutting my teeth in like simple 3-axis parts, right?
20 tools?
Yes, 20 tools.
Okay.
And then, my buddy Mark Konchak, he helped me a lot with this, the first heavy lift of this kind of stuff. And we did some cool 4th axis, I did really cool 4th axis parts. This, again, I was running this machine hard, right? This poor girl. I was living in an RV behind the shop, and I was coming out every 30 minutes, 40 minutes at night switching parts to like hit due dates. So then that's what really kind of was the catalyst, right, for automation.
Tell me a little about this fixture plate.
It came on the machine, and when
Stevens Engineering.
Dude, it's badass. When I put, I can show you, like there's straight edges that you pop on to like all the pinned holes, locations and stuff, and I like indicated it, and it was
perfect.
And
that's
like,
awesome.
dude, he said that he put it on and he never. Dude, you don't want to see what it looks like under there. It's miserable. You'd have to scrap the machine out probably if you pulled that off of there, right? So we do have rust and stuff, and then that was the other catalyst. Is like we're out here in the country. There's all this dust. It's a dirty environment. The water jet is high humidity. I was like, dude, I want an automated machine, and then I started looking like RoboDrill, and I was like, dude, it's like a Swiss screw machine, but a mill,
right. Right.
And so I was like, I'm just gonna run cutting oil and never have to worry about
rust again,
coolant concentration or rust.
Coolant concentration.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got, again, very simple system here, right?
CAD CAM. This is where you do all the programming.
Yeah, this is where I program. I'm kicking everything out via Complete, right? So full simulation, verification, right? Like we were saying.
Has it ever failed you?
No,
never.
No, I mean, so here's the thing. Chris Zapatini dialed it in, right?
So like, no, it's good.
When you have the industry leader, But in all seriousness,
so are you totally comfortable post pressing the button and walking away?
Bro, I'll send it 100% rapids. Here's the thing: the only thing I was doing post Chris leaving, and he told me to my face, and I knew it already, that my tool library wasn't good enough. Right. And then with Toolpath pushing me, encouraging me, being that catalyst, I 100%, if I'm not, I will check the first tool the first time I load it.
Right.
But if it's one of those 65 tools,
I think that's really as tooling prices have come down, I think, and sort of the modern simulation, I think it's underappreciated how much mental load you can relieve from yourself being like, I don't have to think about Tool 72 ever again.
It's
right?
so nice. And especially because everybody's a hero in aluminum, right?
Right.
This machine is set up for aluminum. My tool life is amazing. The end mills are amazing.
Right.
You know, yeah. So I'm a big fan of OSG, IMCO end mills as well. I run a lot of IMCO and OSG, and they just cut.
How many tool numbers can you keep in the...
1,000.
Okay, 1,000. So you're not going to run out.
Yeah,
You're not running
I'm not smart enough to leverage 1,000 tools. So with the cutting oil, right, that was literally the only big hurdle that was painful with this machine.
Was this the first cutting oil plus K?
I would guess.
Okay.
I would guess, right? The serial number on this is 1.
So they had to do like a full custom tank for you and everything?
Bro, Henning, they modified it.
Okay,
tank, right?
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Chip disc, filtration systems, not a fan.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be a fan in like water soluble.
Is it dialed now? Like it's running for you okay?
Yeah, so I just ran a job 144 hours, 6.5 days, never stopped.
Do you have to do it like, is there a filter, a paper band or something? Do you have like chips getting into the...
This is a big sock.
Oh, okay.
And depending on the job I'm running, this thing, like you'll see that I have like some times and dates.
Right.
I haven't kept up current because
Yeah.
there's really actually, I was trying to like track it. It's all, dude.
It's just random.
I will give chip conveyor people grace. It's a very hard problem to solve.
Right.
And in Henning's defense, Methods only gave me this option and nobody else, right? So had I known, I guess PSA for the world, JK coolant tanks, right? They're made in America, call them, get a chip conveyor from them, right? The next K60 I get will have a JK coolant tank. But yes, so we have it figured out. We can run lights out. It's also just the benefit of the RoboDrill. The chip evacuation is so nice.
Really
right?
good, yeah.
BT30, we've got chip breakers on, I got chip breakers on 1/4-inch end mills.
Right.
You know what I mean? Chip break the world.
Do you use combined rougher finishers or roughers and then finishers?
It depends. I have MCOs that have chip breakers that are staggered, so you can rough and finish. So as long as a tolerance isn't super tight, as a rule of thumb, I'll just rough, and if I'm there, I'm going to finish. Even though the tool changes so fast.
Right.
So it really just depends. It depends on the client, depends on what they want.
Now the program with these can run and pull tools from the magazine mid-program, right? So you're not limited to, I don't know what the turret size is.
21.
You're not limited to 21
No, I'm
tools.
limited to 65 tools.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I could have in theory, I mean, that'd be ridiculous.
You've never bumped up against it for one job?
No. And I am a true believer that like in fifth axis for production, you use less tools.
Okay, interesting.
Right.
You don't need the crazy reach.
You use less tools than a fourth axis because of the reach, and you use less tools than a 3-axis because, dude, like if I'm cutting a big chamfer on something, I'm not cutting it with a chamfer mill. I'm swarfing it, I'm positioning it, right? So just in general, and aluminum. Everybody's
most of what you do is aluminum?
No, I only run aluminum in this machine.
No steel.
I mean, I will but I don't have the client base that has asked for it.
Okay.
Right, and I would only do it if the volume was there.
Now, do you mostly run one job at a time on this, or will you put like 3 jobs overnight?
You can put 60 different.
But how do you run it?
So for me currently, if I'm running some smaller stuff, I'm running it during the day, and then I'm running the higher volume at night. But in all reality, I have so much available spindle time that it's never been a push.
Never been a problem
Yeah.
for you.
So,
And you can manually load and ignore the automation or run with the automation?
Yes, absolutely. So you can, I can load the 96 millimeter. I can load the 52 millimeters.
Yep.
The 52 is with the robot.
With the robot.
The 96 is by the deal. So this part right here that I'm running, that I just ran to just kind of show you guys what I'm doing, right? It's this one.
Right.
I didn't do like a blowdown, you know, with the chip fan or anything like that, right? But yeah, so I always do like a little wash down cycle, and I kind of basically have it saved as like a can cycle. Like I know how far I can get down close this way, right? So I have like a predetermined tool template, and so I just do the wash down that way.
It feels cramped in here. It feels claustrophobic to me. I guess you get used to it.
Yeah, it's definitely not nice to hand load 96 millimeter devices, right? It's not super like, it's not my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, like you almost wish they turned the thing the other way, you know?
Yeah, but for the automation, for the robot, for everything, right? I'm very rarely
hand loading
anything.
You'll do hand loaded on the.
Yeah. I just call up the pallet and tell it, right? So I can blow this off for you real quick and I can show you. So with this Haberly system, right? Like the boys at Haberly, those guys, they're mad scientists, right? So like the HMI on this control is so nice. So like I know that, I just know because I know it's 927 is the next pallet I want. And so instead of saying like empty the pallet and the door opens and blah, 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 I just say pallet to clamping point. And then it's baked in, it knows, hey, I gotta empty that pallet before I can load a new one, right? This system's wicked cool in terms of like if, with the tool break check, if a tool comes down and it's broken, it flags the part as damaged, takes it out, takes that tool, marks it as broken, puts it into the other carousel, brings in a redundant tool, if I have it, and starts machining the next pallet.
Do you load tools here or on the side?
I historically was doing it in here, and I never liked it. Now that I'm using Toolpath, like this sounds like a cheesy plug, I'm loading from over there.
Okay.
Because I'm not worried about the tool number, I'm just worried about the tool type, right? So I'm loading over there, and then I let it bring it in, and then it's a baked in the bits. After this loads, I'll show you the next screen. But like basically every time I load a tool into the machine and I designate it, right? Because you still have to, you need to be on top of your tool designation here. So here's the thing. So this is like the HMI user-friendly CAD-CAM baby place where like I'm super comfortable. But when I initially load it, there's still like a delay on everything being baked in really well. So I have to go to the maintenance display. So I'm gonna fumble my way through this a little bit. But I have to go to, so like there's tools here, tool manager, and then I can go to here, right? So I can just start smashing through some of these. So like, let's say that I was gonna load a tool 56. I would go 56, each tool, and then I would come over here, and in this manager, I would turn like this bit to a 1. So now, a 1 here is gonna automatically measure the tool every time it comes into this new envelope, so you can't mess something up over there.
Should just write you a macro that flips every bit to 1 on every tool.
It can come into the, isn't this the ladder? How does this work? How does that do that? I mean, that's big brain stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I don't want a bunch of ones, because certain ones will.
Yeah, no, it has to write it in the right place.
The right place, yeah. So like here, you can tell the tool, like my probe and my fan, like I believe it's, off the top of my head, I think it's that 0. If that's a 1, it's locked in, and it won't tool break check.
Won't tool break check,
right? So
do you prefer fixed tool numbers now that you're focused on automation? Like tool 7 is always tool 7?
No, because it's about tool type.
Tool type, okay.
Tool type is the important thing.
Tell me more.
because I could have 6 1/4-inch end mills,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But let's say that 2 of those have a 1-inch depth of cut, and 2 of those have a 1/2-inch depth of cut. These types are going to be a type 4. This is going to be type 5.
Okay, so you have a numbering system that matches your type.
Because it's going to grab that redundant tool on you if a tool times out or if a tool breaks.
I see.
So tool type is where it becomes like mission critical.
And that's tied in, like type is from this control. That's how they do sister tools.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this place here, in the old school window that I'm in, that's where that's designated.
Okay. All right.
I can actually do tool type in the new window as well. But here's where you have to manage it. So like right here, tool, no manage, right? And then, man, I'm gonna fumble my way through this. There's like, there's a way to edit that.
How often does a tool break and the sister tool gets called? Just gut feeling.
I've never done it.
It's never happened.
Well, I've never even set up a sister tool.
Oh, okay. All right.
But again, I always have plenty of time.
Right.
Right.
So you're just happy to have it stop and wait for you to come fix it.
Yeah. Chatter just texts me.
Got it.
Says, "Hey, broken tool."
Cool.
And then I call my dad. I'm like, "Hey, can you go shut the machine off?" But that's actually never happened. I've never actually broke a tool.
Never broken a tool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But again, smooth is fast and fast is smooth. And Chris Apatini was like, "Hey, man, just let it eat all night, and don't be an idiot."
Yeah, you actually have. That's the automation changes that. Like you get 100% more runtime than you thought you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chris is like, if it becomes a bottleneck, you just get another K60.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Then you're got enough business.
Then you just if you're like, I'm running this K60 too much, you just get another.
You just get another one. Yeah. Okay.
That's the plan anyway. So like LNS, high pressure.
That's the through spindle.
Through spindle.
Okay.
Yep. There's a chiller outside, right? If I was to do this all again, like I had mentioned, the JK, the chiller, the pressure, the filtration, everything is all
built in.
Dude, it's a one source thing, right? Okay. It's and that's the way to do it, right? And this is a testament to that. Buy something that's baked in already and
Just
eliminate all the finger pointing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my advice to anybody that calls me.
Do you have to spend much time with the pendant?
No. The only time I had to reteach the robot, I had a power outage mid-tool change.
Oh.
And RoboDrill has a super easy, like, rehome. Right? If I lose power tool change over there, like, bro, I'm throwing my cell phone against the wall and I'm gonna come back like 24 hours later. Okay. Like I'm gonna give myself like a whole day to cool off. Because to like rehome that FANUC, that 2001 FANUC control, is miserable, right? Like, and I have notes now, and it's still miserable. This is like, it's too easy. The only caveat there is you got to do a bunch of stuff to the robot, and you're like, because there's these added layers. And then I think that user error, I did something, and then I got the robot like kind of like stuck.
Is it enough of a pain in the ass that you should put like a battery backup to give you time to shut the robot down properly? No.
Probably not. Okay. I don't know. I just hope that
just be okay.
PG&E gets their head out of their asses. All right. Stops having power. Bro, if it's super windy, again, I have so much cycle time. I'm like, I'll just tomorrow.
Just turn it off. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not even. Yeah, but again, I'm in the use cases.
So fundamentally, I mean, you made a jump from hand loading everything, and you still do jobs like that.
Yeah.
To hand loading nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you're still a slave to the machine.
To
right?
feed the
feeding
beast.
It here,
Yeah.
But the spindle's still spinning. Right?
Spindle's still spinning.
So like on the 1,500 parts I did, I had to be back every 11 and a half hours.
So that fundamentally like changed the way you think about quoting jobs?
Everything.
Does it lower the price that you're willing to?
So it will, right? And again, it depends,
okay.
Right? So when somebody calls and says, I need 1,500 parts in 8 days.
Sure, time is money.
They just cornhole themselves.
They're
right? I'm like,
right.
What shop is going to give you that many parts that fast, right? So then it's like you're paying to play. Mm-hmm. continue. Obviously, I'm not gonna take advantage of people,
but-
but yes, I'm gonna. If I have to like bump jobs, if I have to,
Sure, expedite
Right.
fees are a thing.
Yes, it's a
but it
real
also, I think, does it open up like the chance for you to take like I think of it as like a base job,
yes,
like keep the lights on kind of job. Like
Yes.
you're not setting the world on fire, but you're also not here.
yes. So as an example, 1,200 parts ran at one time, 144 hours. Mm-hmm. I worked, quote unquote, extremely cheap. Like,
Right.
and by cheap, like just over 12 grand.
Right.
Right. If you had extrapolated that part to somebody standing in front of a machine, loading it and unloading it,
Right.
it would have been like 144 hours of somebody standing there paying them. Probably couldn't justify that $12, right? But that was a client that was good who calls me and's like, "Hey, can you help us?"
Right.
And I said,
Sure,
"Yes,
I can make
I'll
this
be
work."
I'll be your Superman." Like,
Does it
you know.
feel more relaxed running a machine like this to you?
But only because of the systems, right?
Right.
Dude, I am becoming so lazy as a machinist because of that. Like, I'm not even probing stuff.
Right. You
Right.
run mostly off a 0 point.
Like, it's all 0 point. Like,
Yeah.
even my other stuff, right?
Do you
like,
probe to comp or anything?
no,
The machine's accurate enough?
no, yeah. I'll run a first article,
I see,
right?
I see. Okay, so you'll dial it in and then it's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to be fair, like, I haven't taken on something so crazy where like I felt like I had to even put in like a boring head.
I'll challenge you to think about whether even running first article could be better if you were willing to probe, like from Fusion, like probe to
Probe
comp
it.
the bore.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion, right? Like, what is the machine accurate enough? Like,
That's
is
true.
it-
Yeah.
yeah.
Depends on the tolerances you're trying to hit.
If I had,
What probe do you have?
the Renishaw.
Is it the OMP 40 or the 400?
400.
That's very accurate.
It's a
probe.
sick probe.
That's very accurate.
Dude,
probe.
shout out to Renishaw.
Yeah.
Dude, Renishaw is one of the... Dude, like a year and a half into this, I was burning through batteries, and Renishaw's like, send it to us. I sent it to them. And they're like, you're out of warranty, but don't worry about it. Send me... And I'm like, no other company is going to do that. They're like, dude, it shouldn't have gotten oil in it.
When you think about is the machine accurate enough, I'll tell you this. I heard a Renishaw person say that they will calibrate their machines with their probes with an artifact and then use their probes in the machines to make their stuff.
So at the DSI summit
Yeah,
in
you
Cal
heard it.
Poly,
You heard it
right?
too, yeah.
I was sitting there for it, and I was like, dude, if I could put like an
You can.
well, on a pallet, yeah,
Yeah.
I could just bring it in. I have the whole like, what's it called when it does the whole center finding rotation thing?
Kinematic calibration?
Yeah, kinematic calibration. Like Zap has it all set up.
You could
right?
dedicate one pallet.
No, I do. I have it in a box.
Yeah, and then if it just stayed in that machine,
yeah.
then like you could have it once a day or whatever, right?
The tolerance would have to be so tight, right? I turn on those little mini splits, it stays like 70 degrees in here. The chilled oil stays at 75, and like it doesn't move.
It's a
Yeah.
challenge for you
Yeah.
to think about, right? Like
Dude,
next level in terms of like, could
I
I
don't-
send a part from home?
I don't
you
know that I ever want that.
Okay,
You
all
know what I
right,
mean? Like
all
those
right.
aren't my aspirations.
All right.
Like there are much more talented men. Let them
Let them do
do
it.
it by all means. Like I want to build industrial brackets with some like, pinholes or something,
Just come off that machine.
Yeah. And again, there's chatter, there's a little bit of, whatever on that. That's a part that I designed. This was a cool system. This
It's
was
a nice looking part.
This it was like a multi-piece system that held Keyence lasers.
Okay.
And then I built an artifact for it, predicated on like the inspiration from the Renishaw
Right.
like
right.
seminar talk, whatever. And so using all pins and stuff, you would zero out the Keyence lasers, and then it would go through Amazon's facility on like a 3,000 foot long track and measure every 4 inches.
Oh wow.
And then it would tell them where they needed to do maintenance on their system.
As machinists, we talk about rigidity and is the machine rigid enough? And we have it easy compared to laser optics people.
Dude.
Like everything is rubber means something way more intense for laser optics people.
Dude, it's a wild world. It is a very wild world. This is one of the first parts I did like a 5th axis toolpath on, just swerf.
Like coming in here?
Yeah. And it was they didn't care. It got welded onto some stuff.
Yeah. Look how nice I made your part.
And that's why it's not nicer, right? Because they literally said it doesn't matter.
This is a nice
right?
part.
Dude, this was, talk about like struggle busing, like taking on like new challenges, right? Like this is one of the first parts that I ran in this machine, and the clients were like, this is the due date. And I was like running up against it, and I was like sleeping on a cot in the other room with this door closed, because I didn't have the chip conveyor yet, and like Methods hadn't given me the thumbs up to use the robot and like all of that, right? But they had just got the machine running for me so I could play. And like every 40 minutes, I'm like switching out parts for like 4 nights in a row, like just living here at the shop, right? My clients didn't install the parts for like 6 months after I delivered.
Let's hurry up and wait. Yeah, it killed you. Yeah.
I was like, guys, I worked so hard to get those done on that. And I called them. I'm like, do you need these? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, we need them, man.
I'm like, this is just a fun little surfacing part I did the other day for my daughter's school. They had a fundraiser last Saturday. This is the keyway cutter I was telling you about on the community call.
Oh yeah.
That was straight out of Toolpath.
We found it for you.
That was
we worked really hard on that.
So up to, dude, and isn't it crazy? Like, you probably don't get the credit because it seems so easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I flipped that, put it over there, had to use a probe, had to set up a WPC, right? And then it just did it.
Yeah, I think.
And I was very, very happy, very pleased.
I think that's the other thing that you almost can't, not to make this a commercial for Toolpath, but when you have a really big tool library, like, it's a mental load to be like, I think I have a tool for that. And so having Toolpath be like, no, listen, I got it, man. I think it changes my willingness to be like, okay, I'll have a 200 tool library.
When I put it into Toolpath, my intention was for it to recommend a keyway cutter from Harvey, and then it was like, just use tool.
You have one.
Just use tool 28.
It saved you from buying a tool.
And I was like, I have the tool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, that's literally, I put it in there thinking it's going to tell me what keyway cutter I need.
You need to buy.
Yeah. And I had it.
Then you had it.
And I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was very cool. It was a very cool moment. Yeah, it was super slick. So these are like, I call these little salt shakers. Like, look at those little guys. That's like
some small drills.
Those are some Danny Rudolph sized drills.
Yeah, they are.
This is the part that was on the lathe earlier today, right? That's the I think it's a 3.2 millimeter through spindle carbide drill. I mean, it's crazy how fast it punches that hole. And then that hole gets installed in Mark Konchak's heads.
Oh,
and then he reams it.
I just saw this at This is a valve guide.
Yeah. I make them like a couple hundred at a time.
Yeah.
A couple times a year or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. I should say my father makes them. I don't make them.
On the lathe?
I'm scared to death of 2-axis. It's too much for me.
It's too much?
Honestly, I think that if I had a lathe where I could have simulation and use fusion, it'd probably be different, but I'm a CAD baby.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Yeah. Like, these parts came off the RoboDrill.
We'll have to see if we can find you a 3-flute drill. And you'll be really impressed.
Oh yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
But
you could drill so fast, time would go backwards with a 3-foot drill.
Shameless plug, like, I called my OSG sales rep and he just sent me a free drill.
He sent you a drill.
So
first one's free.
Well, I buy a lot of OSG. Yeah. More often than not, if tooling's showing up here, it's OSG.
Okay.
So he comped me on that drill, so it worked out. And like, we're on like the 500th hole in IMCO 45.
I mean, it's brass, like, right? So
it's IMCO. Well, it's IMCO 45 brass, so it's hard.
It's hard.
It'll smoke. You'll burn through cobalt drills. But anyway, yeah. So this is our shop. This is I
think it's a very useful perspective. I talk to a lot of people about automation nowadays, and obviously Toolpath provides a different kind of automation, but thinking about your tool library, but also just understanding about how much unused spindle time there is when you have to be the one loading the machine. So thank
It
you
is.
for giving us a tour of the shop. But
Yeah,
I think,
like I said, I'm not even leveraging it.
Right.
Like I'm not leveraging it with Toolpath right now, right? Like I'm using it, but I'm not leveraging it to its potential, right? And so, but that's been the theme, right? Like I get a water jet and I'm like using it, but I'm not leveraging it. Then I get to the point where I am leveraging it, and then I gotta, you know, and you just gotta keep moving, right? So like, it's like me going back in time to 2017 in Fusion. I was like, oh, I'm using Fusion. I wasn't using Fusion, you know what I mean? I wasn't leveraging the toolpaths within Fusion.
Right.
And that's what I'm really excited for. Again, not making it a commercial about toolpath, but like, I'm just scratching the surface, right? And so it's going to help me get more parts on this machine.
but I think you deserve a lot of credit for, too often people look for automation and they want it to solve 100% of their problems.
Yeah.
And like, not every part you make has to go on this machine, and
No.
you don't have to use every single feature here.
No.
For it to still really revolutionize the way you make parts.
It completely
and make it
changes
so
the
you
business.
don't live at the shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's, I mean, like I said, kudos to you, but I think that's an important perspective for the industry to transition to. Of like, if it solves 80% of my problems, like it's
huge.
huge.
That's the lift.
Right.
Right. Like,
And then
that's
that
the
mental
lift.
load reduction allows you to then start tackling some of those other things.
Yeah. I remember early days, like sending the probe in to probe something and just being like, oh God, I hope I don't just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like now it's not even,
Right.
it's literally not a thought.
Yeah.
You know, if I get a part that's too easy that has to go over there, I literally am like, I gotta work. I have to work now.
I have to
to go
work on
pick
this.
up a WPC or whatever it's called, you know? So yeah, it's wild. It is a wild world. If you're not scared of a huge machine payment, like automation is easy. Like that's the thing. It's easy if you're just not afraid of going bankrupt. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. But also, like,
Like,
it's probably less than 3 machine payments. And
I don't know. What's like a Haw? Like, dude, some
well,
of those
3
Haw
of this
things are-
machine.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
equivalent
dude,
machine
3 RoboDrills?
with a 5-axis.
Oh no,
Right?
No. Yeah, you're
Because
right.
you couldn't
No,
make the parts you make without the trunnion.
No, you're
So
right.
like,
You're right.
and
when you put it,
you'd be glued here. So
yes,
like,
when you compare apples to apples,
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
got a lot of guys who are like, I'll go buy 4 VF3s and do what you're doing. You know,
like every machine
Yeah.
has its place, but
Yeah.
you can buy a VF3
Yeah.
with automation too. And
Yeah.
I think that's my point, which is
Yeah.
that like the payment is big and it's scary, and hopefully you have the work to justify it. But it's not 3 times more expensive, and it's more than 3 times as powerful in terms of your productivity.
Yeah, I mean, I've been super open about it. Like this machine, and granted, like
Yeah, you have a video that you break it down, right?
Yeah, and two methods credit when I say it's $8,000-ish a month to own this machine. I financed $60,000 in
Vices.
work holding,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and $14,000 in tooling.
That's the
and-
part loading
right,
versus pallet loading.
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
start, you start throwing all that stuff in a, Danny Rudolph's rolling over in his grave and he's like, just trying to send me Dave Ramsey stuff. Like, what are you doing, Shawn? But like, hey, we're here and
Not everybody can pay cash, but I mean,
yeah.
I think it's important
Yeah.
to note though, like you run this business differently because you have this machine.
It's so different.
Yeah.
It's not even the same company. That's the reality. It's not the same company. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming down. And,
So would recommend, would buy another.
oh yeah, like I would slap another one of these. Like if I can keep the clients where the part size is small enough, right? Because it does. This machine lends itself
Small.
to small, fat. It's the Swiss screw machine of mill parts,
mills.
right? It's like that weird spot between a Williman, like the part's too big for a Williman, it's still a mill part, and
Got
it
it.
needs automation, right? It's that, again, I'm always putting myself in a corner, But yeah, that's where.
All right, Shawn, thanks for the tour, man.
Yeah.
This was great.